Okay. Well,
celebrating.
let me think. First, the food. The food is the first thing that comes in my mind. Argentinians have this tradition of eating meat, red meat, with
Mm-hmm.
every meal, and salad and a potato or some kind of
Mm-hmm.
a starch. More potato than rice. But that was the way Argentinians eat most of the meals, and a soup sometimes. And in Venezuela, the food is different. People eat beans with every meal, plantains, arepas, which is a kind of a traditional corn made bread made of corn. And so that was the first thing I noticed being little. I loved going to my friend's house and eating the Venezuelan food. And I learned to cook all this Venezuelan food because in my house there were
Mm-hmm.
not arepas and hallacas and all those. So the food was one. Secondly, the culture. The Argentinians are more conservative than the Venezuelans, especially that part of Venezuela where Caracas is, which is the coast, is
Mm-hmm.
very people is very outgoing. They like partying. They like being noisy, and Argentinians are more um, dramatic. They like tango, so their humor is heavier. Latin America, the
Mm-hmm.
humor. Then in Venezuela, the humor is more light. So those were traditions. The tradition of family also. My parents were very, married. My father worked outside. My mother was at home helping him too. So in that sense, it was more traditional. In Venezuela, families generally are more. They get divorced. They don't live always. Um, the fathers are not always in the house. So I think my family was more traditional in that sense. That's what many families are in Venezuela, and more conservative. Like a divorce in that time was a big deal. In
Mm-hmm.
Argentina and Venezuela it was not. So we grew up with a strong and traditional family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying how I grew up. With the mother and the figures, the mother and the father at home. And it was not like that in most families in Caracas. Mm-hmm.